Hello everyone, Either Song here, and welcome back for some more I Was Teenage Exocolonist. Let's get started. So it looks like since I won that science fair, you're a winner and everyone wants to be your friend. Which is nice. So I got this. I want to get rid of some of these lower cards. Maybe the 0 and 1. Get rid of some of the 0 cards here. From the other things, because they don't really give me any points. Did you see anger at me since I won the science fair? Have you gone outside the colony yet? Can I ask you? Hear all sorts of terrible things. Regardless, we're not allowed to stray from the gates unless we're on expedition. Tang rolls her eyes. Not that it stops my brother, so I guess her brother is kind of going off on his own. Anything else happening here? Nenami is lying in the dirt, sweating and gasping for breath. It's so hot. She complains, how am I supposed to run in these conditions? Done. Okay. Anything I can pick up? Sometimes there's like items falling. Kind of see the heat. There was like kind of like a steam kind of look. Anything over here? Anything new from you? Uncle Tonin tries to muster his old smile. I'm afraid you better stick to sports ball for now, okay? It's a tough world outside these walls. Yeah, he looks sad. Because Tammy passed away. Nothing here. You spot your dad playing cards with 2 of the other agriculturists. You don't recognize the game, but you watch your dad throw down his hand and groan and peel off his shirt and toss it in the pot. I'm literally losing my shirt over here, he says, and his 2 friends laugh uproariously. Dad wipes his eyes, chuckling, then sees you. Oh, hey, Ether, you need something? I guess nothing right now. Anything for you? Cal looks up at the sky, shading his eyes. I wonder when it's going to rain again, he says. The heat doesn't bother me none, but after a while the plants are going to get all toasty. I don't have enough biology yet, right? Maybe I can get enough. Work on biology some more. And I got the boost for being a winner. Kudos doubled for 3 months. So I guess I'll just keep going. Let's do some more life sciences. Tange is absent almost all month. Hal explains that Chief Engineer Instance asked Tange help with a few experiments. Because you're judged on what you know, not what you you learned in class, many older students choose to skip class and instead gets hand-on experience in their field of interest. Tange's been working closely with Instance since she was just a kid. Get to work. A lot of 0 cards. Let's see what I can do with these. Push through. Okay, well I have enough to push through now. I think that's the best I can do with other stuff. +5 biology, so I got enough biology now. Reasoning, stress, and some kudos. Late dust. So what's going on? Anything new? Tangent looks up at the sky and shades her eyes. It's too bright, she complains, and it's too hot. And nights are cold. Living on the stratospheric meant we never had to experience discomfort. Remind me, why aren't we putting our resources in repairing the ship? Yeah, I guess the ship kind of got destroyed going through the wormhole. How much reasoning do I have currently? 30 still? Not enough. Done for now. I already heard her say that. Nothing new down there. But I can tell him. Want to hear a fun nature fact? Create a duplicate when drawn. Popeye facts. He recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hopeyes. Hopeyes have 1 foot, and 2 tail forks, and 3 stomachs, and 4 eyes. It's kind of interesting. And get more biology from it as well. +1 from the absorbent brain perk. Yeah, I should be making use of this perk then. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how did they find out hopeyes have 3 stomachs? I don't want to know. So that's one thing taken care of. I need 40 for the next one. Embarrassing lesson. Okay, I guess we're done with those. Can I do anything with her? Tell her about your day. Persuasion. All cards to the right become 1. Boring. Found something you might like. I'm bored. This is boring, Mars complains, stamping her foot. All the adults want to do is work. They're not paying attention to me. Command is warren of long hallways with doors off to tiny nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off doing something important. Still can't do this. I need organizing or toughness. Keep to my studies, I guess. Probably do studies 1 more month and then need to take a break. Should we do engineering this time? First, engineering's at 20. Biology's at 23. I could keep up with the biology lessons as well. I kind of like the biology lessons. This week in biology class, you're studying sugar bugs. This native species looks like purple marshmallows, about the size of your fist. All puffy and squishy and kind of cute. So purple marshmallows about the size of your fist. Sugar bugs, that's interesting. They don't move or do much, but if you tickle them, they exude an edible syrup from a hole on the top of their bodies. And now, says Professor Howell, you're going to dissect one. Refuse to do it on ethical grounds. Dissecting a sugar bug. Writing an essay. So I guess write an essay instead. So it's 2 card and gives +1 to all cards to the left. Or dissect it. What's that little mark on it? There's a little mark on the bottom left of it. I don't know what that means exactly. I guess we can try dissecting it and see what happens. Loyalty and gained memory. You're given a thankfully already deceased sugar bug to work on. The moment your scalpel slices it open, a horrid smell assaults you, sweet like rotting fruit. Yuck. You see Tange not try to gag too. It's a biology challenge. Let's do the biology challenge then. There's 3 rounds, so I guess this is like an event. So I guess I could do this. 'Followed by now, what do we have? 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 'Followed 1, 1, 3. Gems matter for other cards. Okay. And a 5. It's 15. So next round. 0, 2, 2. 3, 1. Okay, nice. Done? You carefully section your sugar bug into 6 discrete organs. You take a photo with your holopalm and carefully fill the labels for all the parts. That's pretty good, Tange says, peeking at your work. These things are slippier than I was suspecting. Parts of mine are still moving. Great job, classes. Now we're going to leave them overnight, says Professor Hal. Next morning, your class is in for a surprise. Sugar bugs are alive again, and there are more of them. Your teacher explains that the DNA is so malleable that almost any part of sugar bug can turn into any other part if it needs to. The resulting sugar bugs are smaller, but will eventually grow into full-sized ones. Vertumnum biology is weird. We're at 70 stress. We can probably do 1 more month. Oh, what's happening now? We're into a new season. Tangent is watching construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. She points towards them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. Been learning about adaptability in writing and biology class. The books say it's what sets us apart from animals. Like, we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes. And if it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Also, we can sweat. Tan nods vigorously. Yes, also that. I read that not many animals sweat except humans. It makes us naturally good in hot places. It's like we're made to be explorers. Together, you watched Foreman put the blueprints for the scaffolding on the floating screen of her holopalm and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that, Tange says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy, who can literally bend reality to their will. Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger to her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology. She says all of us are, really, with our genetic enhancements. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic superspecies. What's my reasoning at? 31. Anemone is running around the sports ball court, touching her hand to the ground at each corner. 18, she counts. 19. When she reaches 20, she collapses into the grass and checks her holopalm. I'm training, she explains. My big bro, Calm, says I have to get my legs climatized to the planet if I'm going to be a team captain like him. Cal's mom, Tira, is sitting with Cal against a makeshift fence that surrounds the garden. Cal looks absolutely shattered and Tira rubs his back. Yeah, so we've seen that one. What's going on here? It's pouring rain. Everyone's trying to stay under the grass roofed palapaz. Everyone except Dis. Off in the distance, over at the wall near the sports ball field, he's definitely skulking. It's just what the walls look like, I guess. Quietly follow him. Tell someone? You tell Chief Rhett you saw Dis up to no good around behind the garrison. He's too distracted trying to put buckets under various leaks in the roof to pay much attention. Thank you, Ether. I'll check it out later, he says, waving off. There's a danger to the colony. One of the lookouts will catch it. You're not so sure. You know Dis. He's very good at hiding when he doesn't want to be found. Interesting. Behind the garrison? Is there a way to get behind there? Hmm. Can I click the garrison? Is there another option? Nope. Am I at 20? See, biology is up to 26. Maybe do some engineering as well. Do some work with the construction crew this week, observing how they use congruence in their holoprojectors to plan, build, and repair the colony. The foreman walks you through the projections, literally, and points out various architectural details adapted to life on Vertumna, like canopies over windows to keep temperature down. It's really neat to learn how architecture can address all these environmental concerns, so you don't have to rely on resource-hogging life support systems. What do we have here? There we go. Reasoning, stress. I guess stress is almost at max now. Probably gonna have to take a break. You're having a terrifying, familiar dream. A monster crashing through the walls, unfathomably large. Every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something. Tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris searching. You wake up shouting no, but your voice is drowned out by a deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water. It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess it must be rain, but you've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside and another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be a thunderstorm. It's still the early hours of the morning. You've already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now then with the great peals of thunder like footsteps of an angry beast. Hide till it's utter. Run outside and play in the rain. Hide under the covers until it's over. Run outside and play in the rain. Should I try playing in the rain? Do I die if I go outside in a thunderstorm? It's surprisingly warm outside. The water feels nice hitting your head. Everything smells fresh and damp and wonderful. The dusty packed ground is turned to squashing mud between your toes. You don't go too far from the doors to your quarters, but it's exciting being outside in the dark, watching dramatic streaks of lightning arc down to the hills behind the colony. Well, at least I lived. Mid-wet, so I guess it's the rainy season. New perk. Reasoning level 1. Blue cards get +1 in mental challenges. I guess because I reached a certain point. Was it like 30 or so? 33? I guess at 33, you get like the various bonuses. I almost have biology and engineering up there. An enemy runs up to you. Hi, Ether, she huffs, catching her breath. She grins. On the ship, adults are saying, no running of any. Yeah, we heard her talk about that. You need a break soon. I know. This is listening to his hear speak, completely ignoring you. You put yourself in his field of vision and he scolds. What do you want? Leave me alone. Maybe I should give him something. Thank you, this says, clearly unsure about how to react. I'll find something to do with it. Don't feel like playing. I guess he's sad ever since Tammy kind of passed away. What's my dad up to? You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Dad greets you looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom says, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? Maybe I just need a hug. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in there, tiger butter. After a long hug, you do feel a little better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. Your mom is hard at work breaking ground for new fields. As a colony cheese cultivator, she's been preparing for a year long. This year, for as long as you can remember. Yeah, so we've seen these things, so I'm good here. Alright. Well, I could do another thing. And then rest next time. Let's do more life sciences. Tange is absent almost all this month. Yeah, so she's still doing other things with Chief Instance. Okay, so it's good to work. Zero, one, 2, 1. I guess that was pretty close. I almost didn't make it. As you get older, challenges can have conditions. The challenge suit, social, mental, or physical determines what conditions can appear and what decks will work best. Try to collect social yellow cards if you want to win battles for social skills, empathy, persuasion, creativity, brawling. +2, 1 from the challenge, and assortment brain perk, so 4 biology there. Getting up there, it's almost up to 33. So late wet, and then I don't know what the next thing is. Take a break. Anything on the ground? Where's another log? Thank you. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna take a break. Ship's quarters are where everyone sleeps, eats, and hangs out. The private bedrooms are small. You share one with your parents, so colonists spend most of their time in a common area. There's a lounge, cafeteria, and creche, where all the little kids and babies are raised communally. Relax in the lounge. You organize a raid on the kitchen pantry for snacks. They want to be free, you must liberate them. So I can get rid of a 0 card. Could get rid of another 1 card if I wanted to, but still probably better. Discovering. I guess I could get rid of that too, but I think that's fine. Days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One morning you wake in the darkness and have to check your hollow palm to know what time it is. You see a hollow stream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you can call it morning. They've named it glow season because everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I'm staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point in even going out there if you can't see anything? It's going to be a long, boring month. I guess my vision at the very beginning of the game was in glow season, wasn't it? No way, it looks cool out there. You peek outside the window. The wormhole is the biggest you've ever seen it, like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. Is the planet being sucked into the wormhole, or what's going on? Or I guess maybe it's from the movement of the planet, it's just like near the wormhole now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing, iridescent blooms, and everything is full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls and gurgling roars. Damar's message is a notice from the council warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and other surveyors have been called back and the gates closed for the month. There's tension in the air, as if everyone is waiting for something. It's scary. So I guess the glow season is when things can attack. Ether, your mom stops as you walk by. What are you doing out of your quarters? It isn't safe. I was just heading back, but I'm going to school. Doesn't seem very dangerous. She narrows her eyes. What you should be afraid of here is me, if you don't do what I say, Ether. We don't know what's out there this time of year. So you and the other kids are going to keep your butts in the ship. You know there's no sense in arguing when she makes that face. As you walk away and are just out of earshot, you hear her mumble stars. It is beautiful, though. It is quite pretty, isn't it? I wonder if anything is like dropped during this time. Or there's a crystal. Redraw a hand. Just 2 to a card. Just staring off in the wilderness outside the gates. Feels different, he mumbles. Don't know how, just different. You ask him what he means, but he just shakes his head and stuffs his hands in his pocket. You're way too scared to go outside during glow season. Besides, the gates are closed. An enemy holds her stomach as you approach. Does the air here make you feel hungry all the time, or is it just me? She wonders. I feel like I could eat a whole one of them mushroom trees. Just oomph. She minds shoving the whole giant mushroom in her mouth. Where's Tangent? Guess we'll keep studying. Keep focusing on biology then? Tangent's absent, so she's gone again. Create one. If I can get 2 of these. So that's a win. There we go. Biology got to its point. Study of plants, biochemistry, and the human body. It's daytime when the emergency sirens start up. Well, what passes for a day. It's still nearly pitch black except for an eerily green twilight glow on the horizon. You look towards the gates. They're open. Wait, they shouldn't be open. The alert blares out of every speaker in the colony, the same one you used for hull breaches and fires, and in space it's meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Vertumna, it means to go to an assembly point and wait for instructions. The closest assembly point is a children's creche, but from the opposite direction, you're shouting and loud popping noises. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? Hide in the creche. You find Dis in the crash and join him, hiding under the arts and crafts table. The lights are dim. You scared? He asks quietly. Nod silently. Of course I'm scared. I just don't want to fight. I guess nod silently. Dis shrugs. I thought I would be, but I'm not, he says. I'm not scared of stuff like this. You can't help but glance at the hollow projector on the wall. The one that electrocuted your classmate Tammy earlier this year. Glowing bear looms over the room and for a moment looks like more like a monster than a toy. You grew up here. It feels weird to be hiding here. Like you're just kids again. You hear more gunfire and yelling, but within half an hour, they play the all clear tone. Chief Surveyor Tannen comes back to let you know it's all safe now as the lights come back on. You glance at the hologram teddy bear again. Tannen was Tammy's dad. How can he be sure it's safe? How can he be sure anything is safe? You're relieved when your parents arrived with an ashen-faced Cal. They won't talk about what happened at Geoponics. After 2 weeks of darkness with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed this time. So how did the gates get opened? Did somebody open the gates? That's kind of strange. Childhood is fleeting. The game will end when you reach age 20. So you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends button at the top left of the screen to keep good track of them. Get more kudos, loyalty, some stress. I guess I start again with different things. Tangent's friendship is the highest. Okay. So I guess this is everything I kind of got through that last year. All my memories. Biology Level 1 Native Botany. Unlock xenobotany research and geoponics. Oh, that could be interesting. Alright, so I'm going to end the current video here. We'll continue on in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Bye!